See?
That's dope.
Yeah. So, here's my question. Yo, we're live, bitches.
Yeah.
Me and Matt, we're gonna go. We're gonna talk about all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Join us. Listen, drop me a chat. I gotta see if this shit works, man. All right, we gotta hit Bubby. I gotta see if I can get my broadcaster up, guys, because something's telling me it's not gonna let me switch any cameras. So yeah, see. Well, maybe. All right, so I got Matt. I work with Matt. He's super cool dude. And yeah, we're gonna get some people on. We're gonna sit and chat. We're gonna talk about mental health and mental illness, and we're gonna talk about religion. And we're going to talk about, did that mess up, Matt? Nope. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Nope. All right. So that's our only camera view. We got to figure that out, Matt. But
that's a good job.
That's all right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I look this way sometimes.
All right. Bobby, check in. Sorry. All right. I can't watch that. I got to look at you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right. Here's the topics we're going to talk about today, man.
What we got?
Let's talk about let's talk about stigma.
Okay.
And all right, and then we can break that down. Let's talk about living up. Fill in the blank.
Living up
to other people's expectations, living up to our own, maybe not realistic expectations. Living up, you know what I mean? Whose expectations do we live up to? I try and live up to Bubby's expectations. My wife, I've been with her since 1983. I mean, I've been there a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But
I think growing up, it's like we talked about a little bit, but growing up, it's our parents, right?
Right.
Or your siblings.
Matt, my upbringing, I was the baby of 8 kids.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? The baby of 8 had no clue. My mom had a serious drug addiction, you know what I mean? To pain pills, to speed, to diet pills.
Dang.
And she would tell me stuff as we got older. We would, man, I miss her to death. She would just tell me stuff. And she told me this story. She wanted to be thin. Mm-hmm. She had 8 kids, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wanted to be thin. And she would go see doctors. And they would give her speed. That's just flat out speed. They call it whatever they want, but it was rocket fuel, dude. Yeah. And she would go, she had more than one doctor. And not only did she have more than one doctor, she would go back to the doctor's office with rocks in her pockets. So when she stepped on the scale, she was weighing heavier. So they would up her dose.
Dang.
My mom was slick, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and she had multiple doctors. So she was trying to live up to society's hot mom, I guess. You know what I mean? Back in the time, my dad was, he's Latin, dude. He was into getting ass, dude. So my mom tried very hard, and it affected her life, the remainder of her life, from probably the late 60s, early 70s to she died in 99. She was living up. You know, she was trying to live up to society's expectations, her parent, I don't know who, her husband, you know, and I just remember that story sticking with me so hard because, man, for someone else, like my brother, God rest his soul, Goob, we had so much fun doing speed, dude. You know what I mean? I didn't do a lot of it because I didn't really like myself. One of the first couple hours were a blast. Yeah. But Goob loved speed. I loved reefer. But and my brother Weep loves alcohol. Like whatever, it's almost like whatever drug we hit first hit something in our brain, dude, and just that's you.
Yeah.
Now I'm lucky. I live in a state where it's legal. I got a prescription, the whole nine.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't that lucky. But I look back at my mom and living up to other people's expectations. I remember not smoking for ages, Matt, in front of people, around people, making scent and smelling, and because it was not acceptable.
Yeah.
And all right, that's your right, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I would tell you personally, my script is when people talk to me about reefer, I'll be like, you worry about what goes in your mouth. I worry about what goes in mine. And I walk on, bro. I just walk on. You know what I mean? You're not taking space in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to let your words ain't rattling around in my head unless I choose. Right. And believe me, some of them are really effed up that I let get in my head and rattle around for ages. I've lived up to a lot of people's expectations. And I didn't do a great job. You know what I mean? I never did a great job of living up. I lived up to my mom's expectations because I believe of Bubby. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I found a wonderful woman. I got married. I got a house. I had kids. I had grandkids. You know what I mean? Like I always felt like a success that way. Yeah. But personally, I was not I wasn't living up to shit, dude. Yeah. I really wasn't. I wasn't spiritual. I hadn't become spiritual and really let the Lord touch my life till 11, 12 years ago, 42, 43. You know what I mean? I was raised Catholic, but never felt it. Never felt a nun. I mean, I felt none hit me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went to two years of Catholic school.
Yeah. No doubt. That's fascinating, though, that everyone's got different journeys, though. It's crazy. Some people are super religious at a super young age, and then other people, it hits them later on.
Yeah. You know what it is? I know why the Lord was here, dude. He was here for me. And I don't mean that to sound selfish or anything.
Amen.
The Lord died for me. He didn't die for Bubby in his relationship with me.
Yeah.
That is a one-way street, man. There's no exits, no off-ramps, no nothing. And for me, that's the relationship I need with my Savior, is to know that you're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect.
Right.
Do what's right today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our job really allows us,
you
know what I mean? The greatest access to, somebody put up something. It was about when you do something for someone, it might have been building character or I forget what it is. When you do something for someone that has no opportunity to do anything for you in return. That's the definition of, I don't remember what it was, Matt, but it's a great definition, right? Whether it's, all right, I need a member.
I know.
Bubby! No, I got to text Bubby. I just want to see if the chat works and shit.
Can you see it? Because I can't.
See what? It should pop up right here, bro.
Yeah. I'm texting my girl too.
What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yep. Our Friday, though.
Our Friday. Yo, we're on spring break. I don't mean that in a bad way. But guess what? We deserve it. I'm sick.
Yeah.
We work around a population that is sickly. And we need breaks. And God bless spring break. I don't know who came up with it. I don't care. God bless them. So me and Matt have one more day of work. We have prom tomorrow. So where do you hear this institution that I work for? Matt, what's the theme?
Western.
But you're not allowed to wear jeans. What the ripple is that, dude? Like, who has a... All right, don't get me started. I need a witness. Hold on. Let's get Bubby. Bubby! She's right out there. I insulated the room. She can't hear me. All right, we're going to do... Matt and I are going to try and do a blast so we get a viewer. It'll show up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need someone.
Shoot. John is on. I don't know why it's not showing.
All right, maybe we don't have something.
John,
right.
you got a comment.
Yeah, please, John, a comment.
Oh, she said it's phone keeps spazzing, keeps shutting down. I'm gonna try again.
Is it her phone or us?
She says her phone, but
all right. I did my bubby's right there, dude. I don't
Yeah.
want to scream anymore. People don't want to hear it.
yeah, because if it's us, we gotta figure that out.
No, well, I need Bubby to go on.
Yeah, because if her and John are struggling, that's got to be
No, that's cool. That's why we need to do this in a
Yeah,
way. You know what I
no
mean?
doubt.
To figure out what the heck's going on. But I just need someone to text me, chat me hello.
Yeah, it worked the one time you texted me.
Dude,
you were
go
by
on.
yourself. What?
Can you go on?
Oh, I can try. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if you. Oh, we got a viewer.
We do.
All right, text. I keep saying text us.
Drop a comment.
Drop a comment.
It's either John or
It could be
Bubby.
All right, let's see how this works.
I feel like it's delayed too, but I don't know.
No, well, we picked the latency app. That's Bubby.
What'd she say?
I don't see where I can text you. See, so Bubby is saying she doesn't see a comment. All right, but if you're on, we have no viewers.
Now it's a 0 again.
I think Bubby's messing with me. Let's call Kate. Let's text Kate.
Yeah, we gotta figure something out.
We are live. Where's Ian? Let's text Ian. Well, we had one for a second, so you know something's working.
Yeah.
What I don't like, Matt, is that we're only running off that camera. Like, I'm so used to being able to split scenes.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool to switch it up too, though.
All right, so Twitch she's asking if we're on Twitch.
Who's that?
Kate.
Maybe we should.
All right, maybe we should go on Twitch. I'm in here.
It says 1 again.
Ian, if you're in here, see if you can hit us with a chat, a comment.
Whoever's in here, drop a comment.
What up, Ian? We're trying to get the cameras worked out.
All right, so we're.
All right, we got 2 people. Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's Ian.
Right? Yeah.
Kate's here. All right, cool. So we got a couple. We know that works. All right. So we have to work out the cameras and all. I'm used to shooting off this webcam.
I know we keep looking.
I know. Now we're looking back. All right, but this is a little weird. All right, we want to thank you all for coming.
Yes.
We're on spring break. All the people we're talking to. That's what's cool.
Basically, yeah. Almost there.
All right, Ian. Let's talk about something for Ian.
What you got?
I don't know. See, Kate's saying she can't comment either.
It's saying 3
Ian,
on now.
what are you on, Ian? Are you on your phone? That's crazy, Kate. Because,
My phone.
yeah, Ian can comment on his phone. That's strange.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Are you logged in? See, you have to be logged in. Like, I can't do anything on YouTube other than watch it. I got to do everything on the computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because somebody logged in my phone. I'm always logged in, Kate says. What kind of phone do you have, Ian? This is fun. All right.
It is fun, but I don't know.
I know. He's got an iPhone. What's I say? 16 now?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, Kate, I don't know what to tell you. I really want some comments. And
Okay, figure it out.
yeah, see what Matt said? Figure it out. Bobby, figure it out. I'm trying. I'm trying from the other room. All right. Caitlin, you should come join us. We should have a little group.
Oh yeah, she ain't far away, right?
Tell Matt I said shut his mouth.
Oh,
we can do this. That's Kate.
Yo,
that's right. Tell him, Kate.
Say it to my face, Kate.
Say it to my face. Well, she can't. I mean, we don't have video of her.
She can pull up.
All right.
She knows where you stay.
She said I can't. I have a child.
Oh.
All right.
You're right.
So we need to figure out and to get away from this setup.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're only going to be able to use one camera, get a little bit better setup for live. Even that, now you think about that corner, dude, would really, really work out.
Yeah, this whole wall.
All right, thank you, Kate. She's going to do a little research and get back to us. All right, let's talk about something because people are going to watch us. They don't want to see us watching. They don't want to
down
see
to
us.
one again. Damn it.
I know, right? Look at us. We're like lunatics. Bubby ditched us. I guarantee she's playing Monopoly Go or some shit.
Yeah, y'all got to support. Come on, man.
Yeah, you do. Matt, I want to play Ultimate General with you. That's the name of it. I'm looking at it. Yeah, and
I'll check that out.
Dude, it's so cool. What sucks is you got to turn off the two screens because when you drag, like the mouse, when it hits this corner, you need it to stop. You have two screens. See how the mouse goes back and forth between this screen and that screen?
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, Matt, we're up to 4 viewers. Let's talk about something crazy.
Let's go. Drop a comment. We need some interaction.
We do. Figure out how to comment. Ian's got it figured out. So here we go. We're not allowed to do anything online. Like, be careful. Kate sent us an image.
Oh God.
What the fudge ripple is that, Kate? I need my glasses to read that. If you're having trouble posting. Okay. Is that us? Are you telling me, Kate, it's on my end or your end? Is that the device? Talk about autism. All right.
That's what Kate said?
That's what Kate said. So good. Let's talk about autism. All right. I'm pissed off. They took Asperger's out. I have people telling me they're autistic and they're driving cars. They're writing books. If you're not Temple Grandin, you're not allowed to call yourself autistic and you can write a book. All right, I'm going to tell you that. These people that claim I don't want to put you down, you're not the autistic I deal with. And let's if we make more words every day for stuff, explain to me how a nonverbal diaper wearing aggressive, self-injurious individual is the same as somebody that can do everything. We need a new word. I deal with an autistic individual, and it's an individual with autism because the individual comes first. That needs me, right? I watch people do TED Talks, and I watch people do all kinds of stuff about autism. Matt and I deal with the ground roots. If you want to talk about levels, we're dealing with a population that needs us from 8:30 to 3 o'clock. They cannot be without our service. So when we talk about autism, we talk about levels that severely affect every aspect of their daily life. And Matt, how'd you get into working with individuals with autism?
Honestly, my boy Josh, it was my first job. He happened to be a teacher in room 15. Can I say that? Yeah, I can say that. Room 15. And he just told me to apply. I needed a job once I got out the Marines, or out of training. Got hired and been there ever since.
It's funny.
Pretty
So I was going
easy.
through a manic. I didn't want to drive a dump truck anymore. I
Yeah.
was so sick of what I was doing, and I went through a manic, crazy. What about the video that was in the morning meeting?
Oh, Keith said
Exactly. Yo,
Keith answered.
and Ian, that's kind of what we're getting at, Ian. We had an individual.
Good job, Kate.
See, I think we can do this, Matt.
She
Oh
funny.
my goodness. No, but hold on.
What are you doing?
Ian, will I get in trouble if I show that video?
I'm back.
All right, no, hold
Stand
on.
up.
Let's talk about that video, like Ian said.
What video?
We had an individual, right, Ian, that did a TED talk, and she had bare feet, and she was standing on a carpet, and she was saying, everything I know about autism is wrong. Well, I went to school for special ed, and I did all that. So this individual really captured my attention by telling me everything I know about autism is wrong. She then went on to tell me how we have to change the malls, less light, less people, so she can go to the mall. She saying how she was sensitive to light. I don't want to say this, but the second the video come on, I said, this woman is full of shit. As soon as I saw her standing barefoot on a carpet on a TED talk, I knew we were in for it. So this woman goes on to tell us how everything we know about autism is wrong and that we need to fix the environment. Now, mind you, after this video, I said one thing. She had a doctorate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You work with an individual that kicks his shoes off all the time, right, bro?
Yeah, all
right?
time, all day.
Walk around barefoot all day.
Yeah.
If you told him, yo, bro, you're going to school and you're going to get your doctorate, but you got to wear your shoes, you think it would matter to him, Matt?
No.
Not in the least.
No.
This chick standing up there in her bare feet saying, I'm autistic and I need this sensory input, like our population said. Not only that, she bitched about the lighting in the mall. How many lights you got in here, Matt? You want to count them?
A lot.
A lot. This bitch is standing in front of 50 lights telling us we got to turn the world to better suit individuals with autism. You have autism like I know autism.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bananas.
Yeah, I know it's a wide spectrum, but
Yeah, but maybe it shouldn't be so wide, bro. You're
yeah.
gonna tell me that an individual that can have a
Finally got John on here too.
do we? All right, awesome. How we doing, family? All right, we're talking about autism right now.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the stigma. Take our individuals out in the community, and people look at us like we're walking mini dragons. Yeah, they just look at you like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, why are they out here? And we have Plazita in Clementon. It's a market, and they're amazing. They're amazing with our kids. They don't look at them weird, and that's hard to find. It's very hard to find the stigma that goes with having a condition like autism is it's not fair. I love what we do, and
No doubt.
no doubt. So, Matt, what's the biggest challenge about what we do at work?
Biggest challenge?
Right.
I would just say
Matt and
that.
I work in a school specifically designed for individuals. 95% of them have autism, and probably 85% of them are nonverbal.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge, Matt? I don't find the students to be the biggest challenge in what I do.
No, God, no. um, but my answer could apply to both sides of that. Patience, I think, is just the biggest thing.
Yeah, patience.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how you start your day, right? Like if we're not ready to handle these individuals, you're gonna have a rough day.
Yeah.
So me, unfortunately, for me doing my job is the lack of care that some of our individuals get when they leave us.
Yeah.
We're designed to take care of our population. We do a very good job. We have very dedicated staff. But the individuals that we deal with are often put off to the side when it comes to their normal daily routine. Many of our students, I guarantee you, are given an electronic device after dinner for an hour or two, and they get a bath and they go to bed, and then they're shipped off to us in the morning.
Thanks, Kate. Sorry,
What'd she say?
It doesn't help that people don't educate themselves.
No, and I've done a lot of things. I was a group home manager for another organization, and I've seen it from all sides. I've seen it from the education side. I've seen it from the home side, and we got to do a lot better for our population that really can't speak up for themselves. And I think that's the greatest part about going to work.
Yeah.
The greatest part about going to work is I get to do something for someone. You're not on the app. Kate said you're not on the app.
No, I'm not.
Well, there you go.
I
You should still be able to
Download the app. No, I think Kate said you got to be on the app. Yeah, she must have been on the internet and on YouTube on the internet. I
Yeah.
guess. I'm
I
not
feel
a
like you
tech
should
guy,
still
dude.
be able to, though.
I know.
No, there's no spot.
That's weird.
I know. It's kind of crazy. All right, we're live. Come say hi. It's only like 5 people.
Yeah.
Bubby, we can't get Bubby on air to save our life.
more. Yeah,
All right.
Jonna.
Thank you for joining us, Jonna.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. All right, listen. Where were we? We have the
Yeah.
greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. I wanted to be a special ed teacher. When I left the construction industry, I just went back to college in my 40s and I just wanted to teach. I wanted to work with individuals and I wanted to teach. Well, I jumped on the escalator and right before I got there, my ass jumped off. So I want to tell Matt this story because I think it's going to have a little, might ring a bell or two. So got 125 credits. I have an associate's degree. I quit school at the very, very end before I got my teaching degree. I sabotaged myself because I knew I would be a miserable teacher. The job that I was leaving was so rewarding and fulfilling, and I had done a long-term sub position, and that detached me from the individuals that we served. And then I realized there's no way I want to do this dealing with administrators, parents, IEPs, BIPs, and all the crazy stuff that goes into being a teacher. So I stepped off. Thank God. My job is great. I get to wake up every day. And when I get dressed, I envision my students getting dressed. They have such unique things. DS has the craziest way of getting dressed. And I see him in the morning when I'm getting ready. And that's a good thing because I know I need to serve him. He's not going to serve me. I'll tell you a great story. Had a huge bag of chips. Sharon, we're doing ASL. I wish Riss was here. She's great. With I think that's Cher. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So DS is going to me. I want some chips.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, they're mine. Yeah, they're not yours.
Yeah.
And I would say, do you want me to share? He would sign yes, and he would say share, and I would give him one chip.
Oh.
And this went on for 20, 25 minutes. Yeah, not feeding him endlessly, but so
just getting them to communicate.
There you go. Getting them to communicate, and we're having this great time. We get down to 3 or 4 chips, Matt. I give him the bag. I rip it open like so. It's like it's open in front of him, and I said, "Will you share with me?" Verbally, he screams at me, "No!"
Oh, dang.
And it just goes to show you, they were his chips at that point.
Yeah.
He chose not to share with me.
Yeah.
And I had given them to him. So there's a lot of us like, oh, I shared with you. No, like you have to come to the understanding they're no longer your chips.
Okay.
Look at Matt's reading comments. I love this.
Yeah, we got Ian said, can talk about how they are misunderstood outside of the population that gets to be up close with them. I don't know who me or you is, my peeps. Is that you, Whitney? You need to identify yourself. He likes to use those other names on Instagram and everything.
Who's that?
That might be Whitney. I don't know. Me or you, it says.
Oh. All right, look.
Me or you.
What did Ian say? I got to represent Ian.
Ian said, talk about how they are misunderstood outside of the population that gets to be up close with them.
Well, I think, Ian, one of the greatest things that we get to see is how society portrays these individuals, right? You see all the special treatment we get. We go to Dollar Tree, people hold the door, they step out of your way. We don't want that, but they don't know that. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to really educate the public.
We got Brandon?
Yep. We're trying to educate the public that this population deserves a lot more than we give them. I'm not talking about handicap ramps, and I'm talking about we all need to take a step back and take a look at them. Maybe it's our grandkids. If it's one of your grandchildren, believe me, you won't care if they got a little snot hanging out their nose and you look at them like, oh my God, or they're wearing a diaper and it's visible. And that's what you put your attention on is the differences. Maybe you should see the success that we're having in getting them out in public and having them participate in exchanging money, skills that they're going to need moving forward in life. I always said in this field, my job is to teach myself out of a job. When our kids can do everything they need to do, I'm done. We move on. Give them a kiss on the head, wish them good luck, and go. But the problem is we're sending them out into the world that just wants to put them in a box and kind of shove them under the bed like an old pair of shoes. And it's really not fair. And what we do here at Bipolar-Raw is we want to normalize the margins, right? We deal with mental illness here, or we talk about every type of mental illness, and we want it to be on the main page. We want it to come off the margin. So with our individuals with autism, we want them to be mainstreamed. Our students may never be able to go to a quote unquote normal public school, but it doesn't mean that they should not have the opportunity to experience all that this life really has to offer. We get joy and we revel in that. So why can't we modify the environment, modify the setting and how we deliver and how we talk, and sometimes we sign, how we deal with this population. Like mental illness, I didn't choose this. I mean, I didn't choose to be bipolar 1, so I doubt. And yeah, fuck all you is to say it's a blessing. You're not dealing with my crowd saying it's a blessing. You know what I mean? You see all these posts on autism, joy, change the words, man. That ain't my autism, and not what I deal with. I'll show you bruises and cuts, and you know what I mean? That ain't joy. You know what I mean? I'll show you a kid that pounds his head with his fist. Joy, that's a struggle, is what that is. And we all need to wake up. All right, what comments we got, Matt?
We got Brandon and Kate.
Yo, welcome. I know I'm supposed to welcome you all, but I can't see that little shit.
I got you. I can't even say what they were talking about, but Kate, you're funny as heck.
Oh, awesome.
Then her last comment though was, "That's my biggest fear with JJ. I'm so scared of how we will be how he will be treated in life." But I think
Well, Kate,
He's got a good mom though. So
yes, but society. There you go. There's that one, dude. One versus how many billion?
Yeah.
All right, Kate.
Oh, hold on, John. The blessing comment drives me crazy, especially when we see the hardest times up close. From John. What you said, I guess the blessing comment drives me crazy, especially when we see the hardest times up close, because people don't see that. They see all the smiling pictures, I guess, and it's a beautiful thing to like. What we do is a beautiful thing that we see awesome moments,
pictures,
right? Though. But they don't see the hard times that we go through. That
John, that's a great point.
Yeah,
I think of all the great pictures, and we call, we go through and say no. Oh, look, there's a good. You know what I mean? And it is. We're part of the problem in a way. We want to show them having joy and happiness and all that. But we are part of the problem. We want them portrayed as happy.
Yeah.
You know, and they are. It's not that we're doing anything wrong. But the thing behind it is yeah, I'm kind of stuck on Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? When we go to Dollar Tree, the reaction that we get from certain people, it's different. We go to Wendy's a lot, but we go early. We go like 11 o'clock when lunch first starts. There's never anybody in there. Dollar Tree, there's people in there. And they almost stay away from it. Like, you got a shirt that says, I have COVID. You know what I mean? Like, you get this big buffer of room. And we need to change that. So I say we take our kids out in public more and more. Started at an earlier age. Let society deal with us and not us deal with society. We try to control the setting and we try and control. Why? For who? I question sometimes if we're doing it for them and not for us to say, hey, look what I did with my class today. And we made this, or we went there and we were successful. But I have a lot of questions in special ed. You know, when it comes to autism, and I've seen some awesome parents and I've seen some check cashers.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it just needs to be taught more so, and I feel like everyone in here would agree, and you would agree, that some people do live by this, but I feel like it's a smaller percentage than it needs to be of they are just like us. They are people. They have the same emotions. They have the same feelings, happy, sad, all that stuff in between. All the stuff we deal with on they have all those same things. They might not know how to regulate them as well, but the talks we just had, how well do we know how to regulate them all? We had to learn the same way they do,
and we know how to make it look good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we can talk. Some of them can't even talk to even, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the biggest thing too, is like people, I feel like that needs to get pushed out more than anything. Like, some people walk up to that population and they don't even know what to say or how to act, or you don't got to do anything different. Just like how you and I are sitting right here talking. That's exactly how I talk to a nonverbal kid. My last kid, you know who he was? Like, my boy, man. I don't even want to get emotional, but like, nonverbal, right? I had full conversations with that kid. And you're going to say how? Got to know him. You know, it took 2 or 3 years. I had full conversations with that boy. We'd be laughing our ass off. You know what I mean? Just having like.
Well, what do they say? Like, so much communication is nonverbal. Like, between me and you, even. You know what I mean? There's so much that's nonverbal. And I ain't trying to, whatever. I'm a little bit of an idiot savant when it comes to dealing with individuals with autism, because I feel I'm so frigging close to them. I really feel that I'm a hair away from being truly special needs. It's an energy thing, Matt. I think in a way, the way we prepare to go to work and going in with a positive, loving energy, I I think first of all, it's what makes a job enjoyable for me.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
stand the first half hour of the day, Matt.
It's,
I'm not kidding. I can't stand sitting around with people.
Yeah.
I want to go stand out front and wait for the buses.
Yeah,
I want our
100%.
kids, man.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
no doubt.
It may sound stupid. I work in a school, but I couldn't do it without the kids. Like
Oh
if
my
I had
God,
to deal
yeah.
with,
Yeah,
no,
you gotta tell me, man.
no,
I
not at
understand
all.
that.
I got
No, I
to reach out and
understand
get some people online. All right, what are we talking about next?
That's fine. We got 5 still. Kate
I'm
just,
trying to read, Matt. You got to read.
Yeah,
for me.
no.
All right, let me see if I can get a couple people on.
Kate just said people are scared of the unknown. That's the issue, which is true. And I don't know if I should read that one.
All right,
yeah,
be careful.
Kate, totally agree. Totally, they are. John
Right, he
said,
works nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's not get started on that, guys. But
right.
me and Kevin both agree, 100%. We were talking about that off camera.
Listen, not everyone's cut out to. Listen, it's not North Korea. Go find another flipping job. Like if all you're worried about is what people are doing and how you are looked, and you're not worried about your kid, pound sand, dude.
Yeah, this isn't the place to get a paycheck either. You can do that at Wawa.
You can.
There's plenty of places with good benefit, all that. Go do that, and that's fine. There's nothing against you. It's not for
it's
everybody.
very easy to make the same money we make, Matt. That's what's cool
100%.
because then you look at people because you see them, they come and go. But why do they have to come and go? Like, why do we have to have bad staff that come in and not put the kids first?
For sure, yeah.
Staff is challenging. Coworkers, if you could do it and all be on the same team. It's almost like a bad sales organization. They get together and they do that rah. We almost need that. We almost need a rah to get us up because what we do is challenging and it's not for everyone. And I don't want you to feel bad for us. We love what we do, but it requires a certain level of attention, energy, and dedication that not everyone has. Like, why are you here? We love you. We don't mean that in a personal way. You've just chosen a profession that might not be cut out for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, we can talk about administrators. I'm going to get in trouble.
Caitlin said we sure as hell aren't doing it for the pay. We spoke on that a little bit, but facts. Ian said a lot of people think they are bigger than the job itself where we work, and it's really an issue. Facts.
Yeah. So I want to. Here you go. I tried.
Compassion, empathy.
I got the folder. It's right over there. I tried to help develop. It's not mine. It wouldn't have been mine. A cultural committee at our job. I kind of got pushback.
Is that Bobby? I'm sorry to cut you off. Dawn?
Is it Dawn Ray?
Yeah. Dawn Max? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We see your comment.
Thanks, Bubby.
Yeah.
All right. She's logged in. All right, listen. We're going to do a couple lives. We're going to put a love seat over there. We're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
But, all right, Matt.
What's up?
Tell me why you never left working special ed. Like you never had better opportunities or offers or felt like you were done with it?
No, definitely not done with it. I mean, I won't get into
I don't want to get into your last episode in a way.
Yeah, let's not do that. Or not yet anyway.
No,
we'll do that down the road. But no, I mean, I'm still at the point in my life where I'm trying to figure everything out. But no, I haven't been driven to leave this field.
All right, so how rewarding is it?
That's what I was just gonna get to. It's that rewarding. It's that seeing that improvement that not just the ones that take months, the ones that take a year, 2, 3. Like when you finally see that switch go off and that click and all those hard fights and the work, I mean, like that makes it all worth it, dude. And that makes all the fights and the scratches and the punches and the hits and the kicks that you take, it makes it all worth it. You forget about all that shit when you see them finally like click and do that stuff. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. I
It
really
is.
wish we always kid around about this, but it's not really a joke. I want to do a cartoon of special ed, and just all I gotta do is change the names. I could do everything that happens today in a cartoon format and do the funny part of it,
Yeah.
but every day, and we can't do it. And Ian was kidding around. We need photo release for certain ones of our students because they're so cool, and the world needs to see them that way.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem. Is they don't see the public don't see what we see. We see a side of individuals that very few people get to see, good and bad. We're not trying to Disneyland you here, Disney World, and it's all no. But when you see the bad, what Matt just talked about, when you see that good, yo, it gets my hair to stand up on my arms talking about it at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
9 o'clock. When I go to work, it makes my hair stand up some days. When I see somebody successful at a number of things, and we won't get into specifics, but success. When I see an individual learn a new sign and use it properly. I drove a truck for 1,000 years, dude. There's not a thing in the world that could make you feel like that. So we're blessed, and the individuals that we work with are blessed, and we're just lucky that we're at this level where we're able to take what they can give, and that has no effect on what we give. And that's probably the biggest thing about my day. What I give has no bearing on what I get. And that's the coolest thing about my job. One of the coolest things about my job. I mean, spending half of the day in the bathroom, that might not be too cool. But I mean, hey, that's what I chose.
Yeah.
You know? How we doing, Matt? Dude, we got 5 viewers.
5 viewers, yep.
Bobby dropped us like a hot rod.
Yeah, I feel like Brandon left. I don't know.
No, it was a good little run.
Yeah, no, we got Jonna, Kate, Ian, crushing it, guys.
So,
Jonna said.
Guys, what we're going to do for my family out there, thank you all, first of all, for checking in. We're going to promote, I don't know exactly who we're going to have, but maybe 2 people. Do like a 2-hour live event. Dude, that was 47 minutes, dude. Now, I know for the first 8 minutes, we had nothing going on, but
that's all right, yeah.
That's pretty flipping cool, dude.
Heck yeah, man.
All right. Listen, we love yous.
I'll be there Sunday, Kate said.
Kate is going to be a Sunday regular.
Yeah.
So, and this is what we're kind of getting at. Yeah, we'll talk about this.
We got to do it. We got to all do one.
I know. We got to figure out the studio, dude. We might have to move these tables. So I got the mounts. We're going to put the monitors on the wall. That mouse right there, bro. That bracket is up. Get these monitors up. Maybe get away with the tables completely. And put a love seat there and a sectional there. Dude.
Heck yeah. This was awesome and so cool to watch. Group session next. Yes, for sure.
All right, Kate. Thank you.
Yeah, Kate's going to
Ian, Brandon, if you're still here, thank you very much for checking in, Bubby. Dude.
And when are you dropping our episodes?
Don't
hurt yourself trying to figure it out.
Don't start, Kate.
Yeah, come on now.
I know. She always got to hate.
My God.
Hating on our game, Kate. All right. Love yous.
Love you guys.
Thanks, Ian. Where are we at? How do we click ahead of this?
Well, you gotta let them know when we're dropping our episodes.
All right.
Or do you not know yet?
No, I don't. All right.
All right. No problem.
What's today?
Today's Thursday.
Friday morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Friday morning, you should go up, or late Wednesday night. Late tomorrow night.
Y'all hear that, right?
Late tomorrow night. Check out Matt. We're going to start off with 1, then 2.
Yeah.
So Matt will be up Thursday night. And then we'll drop another one with Matt Saturday-ish, Sunday, because Kate's going to be on Sunday. That'll be up Monday. We're going to keep you in tune.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Much love. Yeah, we got 7 people. Should we stay on the air? Who's the 7th person?
I didn't see. Let's go. Yeah, we can run this. Oh, it's almost 9. Yeah, we can.
He's got to go home and eat.
I do got to eat, but it's all right. If we're flowing, let's go. 9 people. Hold on. Oh,
No.
my God. It says 9?
No, 6.
Oh, it says 6.
What are you blind? We're going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we love you. Peace.
Kate says 9. Hey, that was tough, though. Mine says 9. Yeah.
That's cool. That's fucking on. Oh, sorry. Where do we?
Oh, there you go. Watch your mouth.